Hello friends, Itza with Itzathoughts here, and in today's tutorial, this is a design team project for Angela Holt's designs, and we're going to be making this really cute bird cage. Only it's going to be steampunk style, a little dark, a little grungy, and once you get the base down, the decoration options are totally endless. It can be shabby chic. These will look really cute shabby chic. And this one has two little birds. We use some wires, some beads. So here's a good project to use your beads on. These also make fabulous party favors. I did these for a bridal shower, and they use these little bird cage to hang them from the ceiling and doorways and stuff like that. It was like a European Italy Eiffel Tower type of theme, and these looked fabulous. They look so pretty. They made the party look, the room looks so pretty. I made a bunch of these, and these are made out of tape rolls, empty tape rolls like this. And that's what this is. And this is about 2 inches wide, and these are so much fun. There's so many things that you guys can do with these. You can make a bangle, you know, you can make a little top hat out of these, but I made my little bird cage out of that. So you're going to need this. You're also going to need some pattern paper for the outside, the inside, some chipboard to cover one bottom, one part of the hole here, and you're going to need some wire. I have 2 different kinds of wire here. I ran out of my black wire here, so I'm going to combine it with some gold wire. And I was thinking of putting some chains and stuff like that. So you're going to need, if you're doing steampunk, you're going to need some of these little items to make it look really steampunk. I'm going to put a raven in there, and for the raven I'm going to use this stamp. It's a foam stamp from Donna Downey, I believe. This is one of her stamps. So we're going to use this image, and you're going to also need a piece of chipboard to stamp your image on. You're going to need some StazOn ink. You're going to need some glitter, some dark color and Lindy Stamp Gang sprays. That's to cover the raven. Some metal embellishments. I'm going to also be using this beautiful fabulous bling that I got from Angela Holt Designs, and I love it. I simply love this bling. Beautiful bling. So we're going to be using some of this, and just some embellishments, whatever type of embellishments you want to use. I'm going to try to incorporate some embossing powders into my project, so let's see what happens. I have some gears, some metal gears here. And you're going to need your crocodile. This is a very important tool that goes perfect through the thickness of the empty spool, the empty tape roll. It goes perfect to the thickness of it. For the purpose of this video, this tutorial, I already went ahead and I covered my tape roll with decorative paper, and the paper line I used for this is Tattered Times by Die Cuts with a View. So all I did was put some double-sided adhesive on my tape roll, adhered my pattern paper on the outside and on the inside. I traced my empty tape roll onto some chipboard, traced it, and cut it along with some scissors. Cut my circle out, covered my circle on both sides with decorative paper, and adhered my circle with hot glue onto my tape, empty tape container, like so. And this is what I was left with. So after that, after your tape roll is covered and your chipboard is adhered to one side, you're gonna come with your inks and just kind of distress it, grunge it up. And that's what I'm doing now on both top and bottom. Do you guys have any questions so far? And now I'm going to come with a pen and make my markings as far as to where I want to punch my holes. To punch the holes to put the wire through. And this one has, let me see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 bars. So I marked 10 holes. And I think they're about an inch apart. So I'm just gonna eyeball it. As you can see, it goes in perfectly. You see that? It fits perfectly. I'm trying to decide if I want this to be okay. So with my crocodile, I'm gonna punch right through it, and it leaves your hole punched perfectly. Randomly just space them out about an inch apart, and you want to be left with an even number of holes. So that's 2. This thing here gets oh, I'm glad I got it when I did. I love that bling. I love all of your bling, girl. So I got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 6. 7. This is my 7. 8. 8, 9, one more. Okay. Okay. Now that I have my hose punch, I want to go back and kind of just dress the little holes also. Might have to do it with a paintbrush. Yeah, I'm gonna do it with a paintbrush. I'm just randomly going through it. I'm not even being perfect about it because it's supposed to be grungy, it's supposed to be dark, it's steampunk, so I like my steampunk grungy and dark. Okay. Okie dokie. So the next part is your wire, and this is 20 gauge wire. This is just regular craft wire. Okay. So I'm gonna have to mix my gold with my black. Roughly cutting them all. I need 5 pieces and I'm roughly cutting them all the same size. Okay, so you're gonna need some pliers here, and make sure that your beads, that the hole of your beads is wide enough to go through your wire. That's very important if you're gonna add beads to your project. So for this project is more like the bigger beads. Okay, so I have them all together like this, and I'm gonna bend it in half, fold it in half, and this part is gonna be this part here. You see how I put them all through one bead? And I need to find me a bead that is wide enough to support that, all these wires inside of it. And I happen to have this metal one here. It's like a barrel type of bead. And I'm gonna put all of these through it. Be very careful because the edges of your wire could be sharp. and you get your pliers and you hold all of them together at the center, like so. And then this is going to start opening up like this, like a octopus. I think I might need a smaller. I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue right here just to hold it in place while I maneuver the wire and attach it to my empty tape roll here. Okay. And that should hold it in place. You're going to be left with 10 arms like so. And I want to add chain to the mix here, so let me just think about it really quick how I want to wrap it around. Okay. So I'm going to be using these beautiful burgundy beads and these velvet like charcoal color ones. So I put the chain through the wire, put a bead in there. I have to wrap it around and randomly every now and then put a ring, put the wire through one of the rings of the chain, and then I'm going to add a bead. Like so. I'm not going to do this to all of them, just every now and then, I'm going to add the chain to it. So I'm going to come again with my hot glue and put a little dab of glue at the top of the wire I'm working on and push the bead all the way up. And that's going to secure your chain and your wire there. You see that? I'm going to do the same thing to the last one. But before I do that, I'm going to start attaching it to my empty bottom part of the chain here, the cage here. And I'm just going to string it through and wrap the wire around here. With my finger, I'm just wrapping one end of the wire to the other end, and that's going to secure my wire to the bottom part of the cage. Just trim off and that's what that looks like. Okay. Oh, what's going on? Do all of you have the black screen? Do you guys have the same problem? I'm still showing that it's recording, so I'm not sure. Maybe you just have to refresh your screen. Do you still have a black screen, Rhonda? I'm still showing that it's recording here on my end. Did you guys understand this part? So you're going to want to kind of keep in mind that you want to make these things as even as you possibly can. So, but I'm liking the way that looks. And I like mixing my metals, so I'm going to be using different kinds of chains. I have this really cool chunky gold chain here. I have this dainty thin chain too. I got me some different kinds of beads over here. I hope your problem gets taken care of, Rhonda. Let me see if I have some other kind of chain. That chain. Okay, so anyhow, back to what I was doing here. To the ones I'm not adding chain to, I'm still going to be adding beads randomly throughout my bird cage. Just kind of add a little dab of hot glue in the places where you want your beads to stick to. You don't have, you can also use E6000 for this. Mine is really clogged up and I'm having a hard time opening the little container up, so that's why I'm not using it for this one. But that's the one I would normally go with. Add some of these sparkly beads to it. Don't worry, Rhonda, I'm recording this, so if you can see the tutorial, it's going to be up on YouTube and Facebook in a little while. So this is what it's looking like so far. I love the way it's looking. Add this chunky wire, so I'm going to need a chunky bead to hold it up. I love projects where you can use your beads and your chain and stuff. Okay, this totally got coiled over here. Okay. Ooh, it's weighing it down. My camera keeps moving. This chain is super thick. See that? Just connecting these top ones so that they don't move up and down as I pull the wires. Okay. Thinking the whole project, this is the part that's most tedious about it. The wire and your beads. If you're making a shabby chic one, you can be putting pearls and bling all over this. Yeah, it's gonna look cool when you add your little raven in there. Just keep adding your beads. I think my hot glue gun is coming to its term. Melts the hot glue sticks really funny. And we have 4 more wires to go and we're done with the wires. just kind of start shaping your cage outward. I think I'm only gonna keep this one black chain here, and I might add some bangles coming out of it, and I might remove part of this gold chain. I'm not sure yet, but that's the fun part of this, that you can take and add as much as you want, and it's gonna look fabulous. Uh-oh. On my end, it still looks like it's recording fine. Are you guys having problems too? If you guys are having problems too, I can stop this and leave this as part 1 and come back with the part 2, if you guys think that would help. Is anybody else besides Shirley and Rhonda having this problem? Might leave that one hanging. I'm so sorry, you guys, that your stream is acting up. But I can't really think of any solution except to stop the recording and come back on. Okay, I'm just leaving the black one on. Two more. I'm not understanding, Shirley. This is what we're looking at so far. And I have the last one to go. So I'm just going to do the last one, and then I'm going to stop and come back, and we'll continue the embellishment on part 2. Okay, so here's what our bird cage is looking like so far. I really like the way the red stands out. And so that my raven has somewhere to sit, I got these twigs from outside, these little twigs, and I'm going to glue them down to the bottom part of my bird cage like this. So I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue on one end, stick it down, and put a little bit of hot glue on the other end across. And this is where our little raven is gonna sit. Like so. So this is what it's looking like. I think I'm going to add some red here to kind of bring the red from the beads up here into the rest of the project. And I'm just going to get some Lindy Stamp Gang sprays. And I'm going to bring my paintbrush. Let me shake it first. Just along the edges somewhere, randomly add my red. I'm going to put this aside for right now. I guess we can embellish it. I'm going to use some of these metal findings here, and you can find these at Miriam's Crafting Supplies online. I'm going to use these two. I'm going to overlap them like this, and I'm going to adhere them to what's going to be the front side of my bird cage. And it's going to look like this. So I'm going to just add some more hot glue. What I like about these metal findings is that they're pliable, so you can bend them and shape them any which way you want. That's the fun part of them. And you can also cut them with your scissors. Don't want to burn my fingers. And in the center here, of course, what am I going to put? Some of Angie's Fabulous Bling Bling Bling. So let me find the one I want to put. And I'm going to use this. Since Angie doesn't have this in her shop, I'm going to hold off on using this one on this project. And I'm just going to use some of her other Fabulous Bling. And let me see here which one I use. Yep. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this one. Look how beautiful that is. But this one, I really do have to adhere it with my E6000. I'm going to put it right now, just for the design purpose. I'm going to put it here right now with some hot glue. But I'm going to come back a little bit later and do it with the E6000. Look at how beautiful that looks. I also wanted to put this little key hanging from here, but I want to grungy my key up. So this is just a regular old key from somewhere, and I'm gonna get some paint, and this is just regular acrylic paint. Just gonna go over it, grungy it up. Put this aside so it gets dried, and I'm gonna do my raven now. So what I'm going to do with the raven is I'm going to stamp him on chipboard like so. So I'm going to get my ink. Let's ink this baby up. If anybody needs a copy of the raven, just let me know and I'll email you guys a stamped image. It can be a raven, this can be a bird. Now it's not perfect, that's okay. I'm not worried. I just needed the image to be on here. And I'm gonna cut him out. Cut my raven out. And I'm gonna color him either with my ink. Let me see which one's darker. This, okay, this works. On both sides, because your bird cage is going to be visible on all sides. So let's do this on both sides. Okay, and I did both sides. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to come with a scrap piece of paper, and you're going to need it to pour your glitter back in. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my brush back. And I'm going to get some wet adhesive. Any glue that dries white or clear. Any white glue. I'm going to use Arlene's Original Tacky Glue. And I'm going to cover my whole entire bird with this. Like so, and I'm going to do one side at a time. I'm going to do this to both sides. Cover him with glue. I'm going to get my glitter and I'm going to sprinkle him with glitter This is just regular white shimmery glitter, and I'm gonna cover him completely with it. Like so. With your finger, just gently press it down. And give him a tap to shake off the excess glitter. And he's gonna be left looking like this. So let's put him aside and put the remaining glitter back into my jar. I totally spilled that. It's a good thing I have extra brushes here. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about too much. Okay. Put this aside, bring my bird back, and I'm gonna heat set this with my hot glue, with my heat gun. I'm gonna sprinkle some embossing powder on this while this is hot. That's just to give the bird some texture. Heat set this. And it's looking like this. Don't worry, we're not done yet. Still have to coat the other side. We're coating him with glitter again. Okay. Bring him back and heat set him. Okay, so this is what he looks like on both sides. Not dark enough yet, so I'm going to come back with my Lindy sprays, and this is just a couple of dark colors that I mixed up together in this bottle, but it's just the remnants of whatever I had left over from a previous bottle that was running empty, and I'm just spraying him to change the color of that glitter. Ooh, I love the way that looks. I love doing this with glitter. I make my own glitter, the color that I want, just with this simple technique of glitter and Lindy stem gas sprays. Look at how yummy he's looking. I don't think the camera truly captures the true color of this little raven. I really don't think so. So we'll put this aside. I'm still gonna make him a little darker still with my black stamp, ink pad here. I love it. Love it. So I'm kind of gonna give him a little wing effect. And I'm going to do that by adding hot glue. Let's see how he's going to look sitting in his little fabulous cage here. Oh, he looks so cute. Look at that. He's not stuck on there yet, so you guys have to wait. Just have to wait for my hot glue gun to get hot again. So here's this dingy key I grungied up earlier. And I'm going to add some perfect medium to it. So I'm going to add some embossing powder to it. I'm only doing it to one side. gonna make sure I'm closing all my stuff. Don't want it to get all over the place. You just try it totally gave my key a different look. So if you guys have keys that you just have stashed away and you don't even know what they're for, this is what they're for, to make fabulous projects. Hot. Put that aside. And I'm gonna add the little wing shape here to my raven by adding hot glue. Just giving it some interest. And I'm gonna do the same thing to both sides. Like so. Just have to wait for it to dry. And we're almost done with this, basically. Trying to get it dry. And then with my stays on, I'm gonna go over the parts that the hot glue that I just added to my bird. And it gives it a really cool look. I'll show you guys right now. I think the picture camera might take a better capture of it. I'll put some still pictures up later. And I want to give him a little eye, so I'm going to take some of this bling and I'm going to give our friend a little eye. You guys see that? See how cool my little bird looks? Just making sure I take off all the little cobwebs. And I'm just gonna glue him down here, and I'm gonna add a line of glue on one side going across and glue him down to the stick like so. There you have it. We have ourselves a little raven in a cage. I think this bling looks a little too clean, so I'm just gonna spray it just to dingy it up a little bit. And the key is gonna go right here. So I need to put it into a jump ring. Something like that. I want to add some gears. Nope. It's not looking like the gears are going to be added. How about some flowers? See. Not even using the paintbrush, I'm just using the stick, the sprayer. Oh, they look beautiful. I'll show you guys right now how cute they look. I'm not even sure if I'm going to use all of them. Look at that. I also have my cake designs here. No. I have these wings. Oh, I like the way that looks. You see that? So there you have it, guys. This is a steampunk type of raven cage made out of recycled empty tape roll covered with decorative paper, some wire, some beads, a chipboard image of a raven, and some little metal embellishments, and you're done. Voila! Just to show you what they both look like together. Here's one, and here's the other. I strongly encourage you guys to look at your rolls of empty tape or empty spools in totally different ways and come up with some awesome projects. Once again, this is a design team project for Angela Holt Designs and the Bling Chronicles.me. If you guys want to find some more fantastic projects, please go to the Bling Chronicles.me site and join in, and you'll see some very awesome people on there, very creative ladies on there, and fantastic projects, challenges, tutorials, you name it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. Please stay posted for Angela Holt's. She is on at 7 Eastern time or 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I have about it's gonna be 3:30 now, so I still have about an hour and a half to play. So let me stop the recording on this one.